Hello and welcome back to Pride of Anglia, where our newly refitted Northampton Town side are inexplicably in the early promotion conversation in our first season in the Championship. But we've upset the odds our whole career long, so why break the habit of a lifetime? Today we'll see how we really stack up in the busy middle part of the season, although if things continue as they have been at Norwich, we might even be making the old job switcheroo quite quickly. Now obviously last time we did already start October to lessen the number of games today, and we have 3 games left. We're beginning against Newcastle, whose immense wealth just can't bring them any FM luck as they find themselves in the Championship rather than the Champions League. The first half sees literally nothing happen, and then in the second finally some action as I think he slipped and then accidentally kicked it in. One of the weirdest goals ever. Their second is a bit more traditional. We've had an incredible start to life at this level, but this highlights that there's still a big gap between us and the best of the division, as would make sense given we were in League 2 2 years ago. Sheffield United are next and it should be another tough test. But no, after a very quick double yellow, we cruise it. Trella and Hawk's first goals for the club, 2-0, and we go second. Every time I feel like we're about to start dropping back, we just keep up with the absurd promotion challenge. Middlesbrough at home is a clear test of where we'll be this season, and well, it's hard to tell. Our first half display is lacklustre to say the least, as we are defensively dreadful as a net and opener, and then in the second half we're even worse. But we show the grit and fight that we're always known for, as Wilson drags us back into it with a great effort before Reed brings us level. A point rescued, never bad in those circumstances. Now as we are battling for automatic promotion, however insane that is, let's talk about Norwich, the only other eligible job I want to take. They've started terribly, just 5 wins out of 14 so far. Is Lee Bowyer under threat? Nope. Sure, stable isn't great, but come on. If this continues, the sack is surely inevitable though, right? We travelled to Millwall and it was a game where we were pretty good defensively, terrible offensively, and lost to a corner goal. Frustrating, but basically sums us up. We're good, but not great, and I'm not sure we ever will be for a long time. But someone else just might. What was I saying mere seconds ago? Norwich go and lose again, and that means Bowyer doesn't get the luxury of a few games at Insecure. He's gone. And guess who's the joint second favourite? As well as we are playing, as amazing as we've done, I do feel this is as far as we can sustainably take Northampton. In terms of finances, facilities and players, it's not a comparison. In terms of East Anglia, this is the pinnacle, and this is surely the best chance we'll ever have to get it. I say I'm interested, and apparently we then become the odds-on favourite, so I waste no time in getting the application in. They've already seen it twice, just a bit longer this time. We face Bristol City in what, theoretically, with an international break coming up, could be our last match at Northampton, so let's make it count. Bristol dominate early on, and their first goal is, well, from a clearance to a guy right in front of you. We battle back and Dizelle equalises with a sweeping finish, but then we just fall apart completely. Leonard gets chipped, and then who even knows what this is? 3-1. Not great. Hopefully the Norwich board weren't watching, but it's a performance that underlines the fact that I think this is as far as we can take this side. The Norwich fans declare us the leading candidate, but the board for some reason decide to wait until literally the end of the international break to offer an interview. I try to be as positive as possible, including promising slightly higher expectations, so I guess we'll see how this goes. We face Preston and grab a 1-0 win thanks to a Trella goal. Norwich then come in with the staff changes, so surely the job is ours. Their timings on this are dreadful though, as we have to play West Brom and it's literally the literal East Anglian derby. You've had 2 weeks to sort this, guys. We lose 4-2 in a performance which, while entertaining, underlines why I'm leaving. I'll pretend the Preston game was the actual farewell. Norwich lose again as well, so maybe make that appointment now, guys. Seriously, the AI is abysmal when it comes to job stuff. Finally, though, they come in with the offer and, sorry, what? 43 million to spend? They don't even want promotion. Yeah, okay, this is going to be fun. But what a time we've had with the Cobblers. Favoured personnel isn't bad for just under 3 years. 2 promotions from the bottom of League 2 to the top of the Championship, briefly, isn't bad at all. A 55% win ratio. Feeney and Garner in particular will be all-time greats to save whatever happens. Not sure we'll sign any of these boys going forwards, we'll see, but thanks for the memories. Definitely time for a fresh start though, and this is our realistic route to the glory we need. Over double our salary too. And it's confirmed, welcome to Norwich. We've definitely earned our way here. Now, since the inevitable first season relegation, Norwich have been stuck back in the Championship. Our task is simple: get them back up, keep them there, and then win the Premier League, FA Cup and Champions League. Yeah, definitely simple. But the calibre of player here, Dominic Solanke, David Brooks, Harrison Reed, actual promising regens, and did I mention the 43 million? How there's that much cash after 4 years in the Championship, I don't know. There wasn't a tycoon takeover, and as far as I can see, Delia got replaced from within. I'm not complaining though, and the bank looks secure. The morale is also pretty good, it's just some horrendous form. I'm excited. Time to get to work. I bring along Kelvin Davis, Steve Agnew and James Beattie. Nicky Simons will be joining soon as the under-18s assistant. Ian Cathro will remain as assistant manager as he looks awesome. My initial squad assessment is that we're pretty well balanced and stocked, save for only having one left back and only one proper left-footed winger in David Brooks. Certainly workable given January is close. After the intro team meeting where I say, let's get top half, everyone's absolutely ecstatic. Other than a few players with contract issues, all seems well. I don't get why they've been doing so badly. Our first match as Norwich boss is the final game of November, and it's second place Sheffield United. Tactically, we're obviously sticking with what we know. My initial lineup sees Jack Walton in goal, looks solid. Leif Davis is our only left back, while Henry Lawrence starts on the other side. Ben Wilmot is at centre back alongside Nathan Ferguson. Harrison Reed anchors midfield with his experience, with Aldef Fuentes and Tyreek Backinson ahead of him. Florinel Coman is on the left with David Brooks the star on the right and Dominic Solanke up front. A lot of these guys are pushing 30, but we should clearly be doing better. As we step out at a presumably noisy Carrow Road, the defence raise early concerns as they are cut through like butter. Not entirely sure what Walton was doing either. Offensively we seem in good nick though. Brooks beats his man, unleashing a sweeping ball for Solanke to slam home first time. What a first goal. But then the defenders do their thing again and Moraes nets once more. We obviously haven't had that much training time yet, so hopefully the positioning sorts itself out. We strike back immediately though once again as Brooks and Solanke combine to find Coman to draw us level. 4 goals in 6 minutes. Breathless stuff. Solanke has a late chance to win it for us, which goes agonisingly wide. 2-2 though, not a bad start at all. Our last win with Northampton was against Preston. Can it be our first with Norwich? Yes it can. Defensively much better this time, but lacking in clinicalness. Coman's free kick enough to give us the 3 points. We face Luton again in another local affair. Luton are bottom of the league, so hopefully 3 more points. We have an early chance as Coman hits the post, and then we have more chances. None of them result in goals, and we draw 0-0. Yeah, not great. Certainly not helped by Dominic Solanke getting injured, and he's now out for a month. Yay. Oh, and then Coman demands to leave because he thinks he won't get a work permit. I mean, what are you talking about? How do you even know? He didn't even want to sign a new deal anyway. Coventry are next, and I really should have just recorded this one instead of Luton. Lots of action, hitting the woodwork, and we actually do score goals. We win 2-0, Reed and Dimatta with them, the latter filling in well for Solanke. We sit 16th, just 2 points off getting into the top half, which is all we require from the board this season. Although obviously the playoffs aren't much further off. In our first 4 matches we are unbeaten with both wins coming away from home. Not bad at all. Oh, and then Alex Neil gets sacked. I think I'll apply for the job actually, only joking. We travel down to Cardiff and I decide to record, and clearly that was a bad idea once again. Walton saves a free kick in the first half. Wilmot has this chance from a corner in the second. Literally nothing else happens. Absolutely mind-numbingly terrible. I'm really picking these well, aren't I? Oh well, good luck to Stephen Quinn who replaces us at Northampton. We have to face Preston once again because football is weird and it's not in any way clinical, but we do recover from going behind to win 2-1. Solid ratings across the board. Can we break the pattern of draw, win, draw against Charlton though? Yep. Finally a bit of consistency as a brace from Backinson seals another win. This sees us move properly into the top 10, most notably leapfrogging Northampton in the process. Hopefully they'll be okay. Given Coman's refusal to sign a new deal, I agree to sell him to Bordeaux for 1.4 million in January to at least get a bit of cash. I don't think we even need to replace him as we have Ben Woodburn, who I haven't even used yet. Our final game of the year against Crystal Palace is also my 300th as a manager. Will I get to 1,000 before we complete the challenge? Craig Dawson just got sacked by QPR after 53 days. And his record wasn't even that bad. Palace are second, so this is our biggest test so far, and we've only had 1 day since the Charlton game, and Wilmot is suspended. Yay. Palace have an early effort which somehow doesn't go in, but then we take control. Ferguson heads in from a free kick. Before in the second, Brown's effort hits the post. Brooks slots in the rebound for 2, and minutes later, Ferguson dispatches from another free kick to seal it. 3-0, 3 points, 3 wins in a row. As the clock ticks into 2027, the transfer window opens and we make our first signing. Josh Tymon from Sunderland for £170,000 as our backup left back. In terms of attributes, I'm not sure you could want for more in a backup. The first game of the year is table-topping West Brom. Can our unbeaten start to life in Norfolk continue? West Brom have so many chances. And not just any chances, so many that I'm fully expecting to see go in, and they just don't score. They go down to 10 men and we have a few efforts, but ultimately we hold on for a point. I'll take that all day long. Third choice centre-back Mikael Helik's contract was up in the summer and he demands to join Lech Poznan when they bid for him, so we get a slightly better than £0 fee. I look for a replacement and see that Andrea Papetti is available for £5.25 million from Everton, and he accepts. One of the highest potential young defenders in the game for that price is insane, frankly. He's absolutely incredible. Now clearly he's going to be starting and I feel a bit bad about that because as the games have gone on, Wilmot and Ferguson have been pretty good. Everton actually then bid for Ferguson and he wants to leave, which I agree, provided they bid a decent amount. Our FA Cup third round game is against Hull and we have a week off either side, so I'm going for it. We do need to win this tournament after all, and Hull have only gone and appointed Lee Bowyer, so this is personal as well. And yeah, it goes pretty well. Although what has gone less well is Alder Fuentes rejecting our new contract offer to join Hellas Verona in the summer. He helpfully refused to talk at all until after December 31st. We could sell now, but honestly the fee would be negligible and we'll be better off replacing him in the summer. Also bad is that we agreed to sign Hakan Evgen and he fails to get a work permit for some reason. Brexit certainly is having some very strange benefits. And the window is certainly more active than I was really hoping for. Teams keep bidding for the players, and as promotion is unlikely given Bowyer's abysmal job, most people want to go. Fulham bid for Solanke and I promised to sell him for a decent fee too. He is 29, so I'm not against it. It's just better doing this sort of stuff in the summer. And the club is allegedly for sale too. Just my luck to get the job and then potentially lose it in a takeover. Anyway, we are actually now only 6 points off the playoffs as we face Huddersfield. And the cause is certainly helped by a 3-1 win. Woodburn doing okay on the left at the moment, and not bad from Papetti either. But yeah, transfers. There's interest in Solanke and there's interest in Dimatta as well. He's also 29, so I collect the 7.5 million from Osasuna and move on. He was decent but not irreplaceable, I hope. Third place Bristol City are next. Solanke's penalty is enough to give us another win. We're doing well as we remain in 8th. The off the pitch stuff is far more frustrating. Money helps, but it doesn't make it easy. I tried to sign Louis Barry, but he rejects us for Burnley as they apparently have a stronger squad, which is a pretty stupid reason because that just means you're less likely to play, doesn't it? Anyway, speaking of money, we travel to Newcastle next, and it's another great performance. Brown crosses for Fuentes to head home. It's a shame he's leaving, and then Backinson finds Solanke to slot home for 2-0, and then later on Solanke somehow isn't judged offside to calmly round the keeper to seal it with 3. A cracking performance all round as we move to 7th, within touching distance of the playoffs and now only 6 behind the second automatic promotion spot. To say it's been a great start would be an understatement. To replace Dimatta, we do manage to sign James McCrory from Celtic for 12 million. It's a club record deal and it is a risk as he is only 18, but he has 5-star potential and is already this good. I think with regular games he can be great. We also bagged Nico Serrano on loan from Athletic Bilbao to principally support Brooks on the right. But Fulham unfortunately do come back with 16 million for Solanke and I have to sell him. I can't really refuse that cash for a 29-year-old who hates me because I tried to keep him. Thanks for the goals against Newcastle, I guess. We end the day with Derby and we end the day with a 1-0 win. As you were in terms of position, but it's certainly been a decent start, I think. And oh sorry, what on earth is this? He demanded to leave and we're doing well. Grow up, lads. I tell them this is self-defeatingly dumb and thankfully they all agree. Deadline day is February 1st again, but we'll stick it in here. And it really would be good if the game wasn't programmed so that literally every player wanted to leave at the first sign of interest, even though they've all just said how great it's going here. I managed to placate the situation, but we really need to get promoted next year now. I want an extra midfielder, so we loan in the legend that is Sean Longstaff from Watford. We also loan in Valentin Michel from Reims to challenge McCrory. Looks like he's got a bright future too. Not that he'll be playing much here, as I went to sign him on the expectation that my actual preferred backup, Ignatius Gonago, was going to reject us, but he didn't. At least we have options now. Ganago joins for 3 million from Real Mallorca with a well-rounded set of attributes and a solid goal scoring record. Way more active than I wanted it to be, but I have strengthened everywhere we needed to, and I hope adequately replaced the 2 blokes up top. Will it be enough to fire us into the playoffs and an unlikely promotion? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.